right, guys, welcome back. This is Frank again with the Tycoon Manager. So I'm going to go over 168 again, excuse me, in my professional. I've already, actually, I already had it built, but I went ahead and took everything down just so I can walk you guys through what the 168 circuit is, right? I mean, you're going to hear a lot. You're going to hear that a lot. You're by a lot of experienced players. It's a lot more profitable for you to run a 168 rather than run 24-hour routes for a lot of reasons. If you've already worked on your entertainment and your staffing, that kind of thing, to where your numbers are pretty high, one thing you need to remember is the limitations of long haul versus short haul versus medium and ultra long haul. If you really want to get really big numbers for your economy, then you need to keep your routes between 10,050 to 13,999 kilometers. Okay. And that is the optimum range of long haul. If you go 14,000 kilometers and more, you're not in long haul anymore. You're in ultra long haul. Now, why is this significant? Because the way the entertainment bonuses work. Okay, remember those staffing and the services and all that stuff that you've worked on? Okay, they actually do stuff for you. So if you're within that range of long haul between a 10,050 to 13,999, then your entertainment bonus is 88%. Okay, is roughly about 88% bonus. This is why players, if they're in that sweet spot, in that range, and they're flying out of Africa, out of a very high demand, economy demanded airport like MPM or Johannesburg or LOS or whatever, then they're going to get demands in the economy over 7,000 easy, especially if you're flying to China. So now if you have all these variables in place, then you start running 168. So you can see in my screen here, I've got some routes here. Oops. That's the problem with these. You touch one little plane and like 10 of them light up. You can see this right here. This setup that I've got right here. Look at that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 waves on this route. I have 8 planes going at different times. Actually, they're separated by an hour, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. But you can see some of these other routes, you can put a lot of planes. Don't put one plane on one route. That's insane. Especially if you have a lot of passengers left. If you have enough passengers to put another plane on it, to put that route in another plane, then do it. Remember, the object of the game is to make sure you take care of those passengers waiting at the gate. So if you have a lot of them waiting, then you're not really accomplishing anything. So when you do 168s, one of the other benefits is that you balance out your demands evenly. So the one of the key aspects of a 168 circuit setup is that you have the plane of your choice, and you have 7 planes that are the same. Do not mix and match different planes. Okay, they have to be the same plane. 168 is kind of geared towards high economy. So if you can handle your passengers in economy first, then max out the plane for all economy. Yes, you can handle some business in first class on that last wave. Now you can start manipulating the leftover demands from your planes, and you can kind of you find a good spot where you can try to do as much as you can. And then you find your routes. Remember, so the object of the game of doing a 168 is very straightforward. Let me just my iCraft PM and then use. So let me go to my Monday plane because I just happen to have him here. Okay, and then I'm going to hit this. And then I'm just going to hit this. So don't worry about what I have on the screen. I'm just showing you this box right here. So what you're looking at is Monday through Sunday, 24 hours going across. And there is your 168. So basically the 168, it gives you 100% utilization. That's why when you look at this picture, when you look at this screen right here, you want to make sure that this thing is 100% used. That means that this plane never stops flying. Okay, it never stops flying. Okay, and so that's pretty much the object of this. So let me go back out of here real quick. And so let me show you a website that will help you with your 168s, because you're not going to find that here. Unless you're just writing down random numbers of flights that add up to 168. Okay, you can either do 6 routes or you can do 7 routes. And you kind of alternate in between. It really depends on your preference. Okay, doing 6 routes forces each route to be right in the middle of that entertainment bonus range. Remember that the 150 to 13,999, it's like right there in the middle. Because if you're doing 24-hour routes, I'm sorry guys, when you first start this game and you're doing 24-hour routes, 24-hour routes kind of favors tri-class, because you're running the same flight every single day. In itself, you're doing a 168, but it's just one route. And so doing tri-class with a 24-hour route is kind of easy. It makes sense. Kind of easy to do. But let me tell you, a 24-hour route, if you do the math and you look at the distance, it doesn't even hit the low-end scale of the 88% bonus. It's more like, I believe it's like 60%. Okay, so you're not getting the maximum out of that. So it's really important that you just go over 10,000 miles or 10,000 kilometers, excuse me. But don't go over 14, And so what I'll show you here is a really very useful website to help you figure out how this is done. And that is this website right here. Okay. And this Etihad website is made by high-ranking players. Okay. So it's been around for a long time. Okay. It doesn't do just the 168, which is under Circuit Finder, but it does Route Finder, aircraft. Like if you want to know what aircraft, say if you're going from Cairo to Paris and you want to know what plane can go there. Well, you just put those two endpoints, and this thing will tell you, oh, well, these planes will fly there. Route Finder, you tell it, hey, I want to go from here to there, 15 hours to this hub, or from this hub, where can I go? And that's what Route Finder is. Sample Price Finder, very similar to the simulator that you saw in the previous video. And then Perfect Seat Finder. I have reservations about this. I've actually used this just to test it. I'm not finding this very accurate at all. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I know how to play the game. I know what values that they're asking for, but their numbers are not jiving with mine. And so I don't use this anyway. I use my own program that I made in Excel. It's not that perfect either, but I kind of lean towards all economy anyway. So by the time I get to business and first class, the numbers are significantly easier because there's no more economy. So yeah, but I have some reservations about this one right here. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what, but yeah, if you guys have used this, leave me some comments on there. And then staff configurator, kind of already went over this, but this is actually kind of cheating a little bit. It's actually telling you, well, if you want to do this, if you're doing this role play, make sure you set your numbers for maximum for this. It's kind of just telling you what. But if you keep to the 100-to-1 ratio, you'll eventually accomplish that. So here is my circuit finder, and this is the one I was looking at. And so this is kind of very straightforward. You put your plane here, and I'm using, like I said, this was actually already in the air. I actually took it down just to show you this video. So right now I'm losing revenue. And so you got the plane you're using. And like I said, it doesn't matter what plane you use. Okay, we can have that debate of what plane is better than which later in another video. But whatever plane you pick, make sure it's the same plane. That's the important thing. Why? Because the seat configurations are different. So you don't want to mess up those demand numbers. You want to keep them all the same. And that's why you keep the same plane. So I've got this in there. I don't like to do this. I just do quick entry because it's easier. I can just do MPM, and then I will say 168, and then passenger economy, long haul. Notice that it does give you this option here to limit the route up to 14,000 kilometers. As if the guys that made this program don't know about the 88% bonus for entertainment. Okay, remember that range goes all the way up to 13,999. So they have this little option here where you limit the route. I don't have to worry about that anyway. This 96300 doesn't go this far anyway. So I usually don't mess with it. But say if I am using my 747 200 or 400 or something like that, you'll probably want to make sure that's checkmarked, because then you're going to go over and you're going to miss out on those bonuses, and you don't want to do that. Exact circuit length. I'm going to make sure that's in there. Excuse me. All regions. I'm going to do 6 route, and then the stars. The stars just are in there because, say, Sydney Airport is better than Melbourne, or Sydney is better than Perth. That's what basically the stars mean. But on the other hand, I will be honest with you. I've actually picked routes on here that had 1 star, and the demands are good. So I'm not really certain about this, guys. Don't hold me to that. But I always do 5 stars anyway, just because it's a habit. I try to get the good ones out of the way first. But eventually you'll run out to the point where you'll have to do any on that. Okay. I try to knock out the big routes first. Remember, 6 routes versus 7 will give me longer distance. Okay. So that's why I'm going to do 6. But I'm still going to use 7 planes. And then what this is for right here, one thing that I always get a habit of doing, as you build hubs, make sure you put in the hubs you own already. Oops. Like I'm in my professional, I've got Johannesburg, JNB. Oops, excuse me, JNB. I have, shoot, I don't know what else I have. IUE, that's a little island. Nairobi, NBO. And then I've got ADD. Now, why am I putting this here? Because when I hit search and it gives me a 168, it's not going to include any of the hubs that I own already. Remember, you cannot fly back and forth. Each flight you take already comes back. So you don't want to buy the route twice. It doesn't let you do it anyway, but because that's a question that I'm asked a lot too. Why is it that I see the flight going, but I can't see the flight coming back? Well, that's because it's automatic. Okay, so you cannot buy the opposite direction later. So always put your hubs here, and they're going to exclude that. Okay, and then I'll just hit search. So now I've got these routes right here. Ironic that I actually have this lined up. This is actually what I pulled out. PAC, PVG, PXK, SHA, MNL, the Philippines, and then Venezuela. Okay? These are all excellent routes. All excellent routes. So now I am ready to go back to my program. So now over here, I went ahead and we'll assume that I've already bought my routes already. Okay, I've already delivered my planes. Okay, and now I'm ready to do this. Now I'm going to tell you one other thing about doing 168s. This is important, and it doesn't really matter how you do it, but as long as it works for you. Okay, and that is dash 8 is your labeling. Okay, is your labeling. Now I've gone through a lot of different phases of labeling. If you have your own labeling and it works for you, that's great. Just keep doing it. Really, the labeling is so you can keep your flight straight, your wave straight. So that way, in case if you get any red passenger demands, it's easy for you to find. Hopefully, you're writing all this stuff down in an Excel spreadsheet. I know I do. So that way, you kind of have all this stuff done. Okay, so you want to make sure you do write this out. Now, if you're curious to know how my numbering scheme is, this is MPM is my hub, followed by my 168, my 168 circuit, and I'm using the first one, and then the dash 8 will be the 8th wave on this circuit. Remember, NPM, the demands are really high. So, and then dash Monday. So I'm going to start with Monday because when I do my 168, there's another really cool feature in the scheduling called automatic scheduling. And it will do, basically you're doing the work only on your Monday plane. And then just let the game do the rest for you, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to tap on the Monday plane, and we will see. I'll hit schedule, and remember that we were using the first setup. So there's PEC, PVG, PX, PKX, SHA, Manila, and then Caracas. So you can see the demands. Look at that. Look at the demands. I'm going to put probably another 3 more planes on this route, and I'll probably take this all the way up to most likely NPM 1-12, 12 waves on one route. But that's what NPM gives you. The numbers are really high. So let me start at PEC, and it really doesn't matter. So you can use this too. Be aware that the order that you buy the routes come up in the order that you bought them here. Okay, and that's how you read this. Okay, and that's kind of the order. So I got PEC, and this is going to be my 8th wave. You guys want to know how I do the separation by an hour? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there it is. So now the second one is PVG. And you'll see me do this fast because I've done this so many times. You kind of get your own little sequence of doing things. And then Caracas was the last one. Okay. There is all my routes. They're 168. Now, here is where it's easy for you, right? Oh, by the way, look at Caracas. Look at the business. Look at the first class. This is, if you look at the first class on there, let me just drop this real quick. I want to show you something. So the way you read those numbers on top is that this is showing you, and I've got my finger on here. I'm not letting it go. But you'll notice that if you look at the very top right here, you look at the very top, it says 2906. That's what I have leaving, and then coming back, it's 2306. Okay, exactly 600 difference. Why? Because this plane seats 300. But remember, all trips are round trip. So it's 300 going, 300 coming. So when it comes back, I'll be 600 shy. Okay. Now, here is a test. If you're not sure if your demands are equal every day, just swing this up. Just hold on to it and look at the numbers. You see how they don't change? I'm good all week here for this route. So, and that's how I check. And look at that first class. One person. This is why I say Africa is not tri-class. It's all economy. Okay. But I take you to Dallas, where I live, and it's I might have from, like, say, DFW to NPM, I might have a decent economy number coming in, not like 7,000, but I might have like maybe 3,500, 3,800 around there from DFW to NPM. But then the first class will be like 500, 600, 700 in business class. I might have like 400 in first class. Okay, why? Because I'm leaving DFW. Okay, I'm coming to Africa, so it's a different thing, right? But if I'm going from NPM to Dallas, you know, this is the kind of numbers you can expect. So big difference. It always depends where your hub is at, where you're leaving. Okay, just remember that. So now this is my Monday plane, guys, right? So this is my Monday plane. So what I want to do is I want to copy this, but I want to shift it 24 hours. So PEC on Tuesday is now down here. PVG on Tuesday is now down here. PKK is on Wednesday is now down here, and so on and so on and so on. So I'll shift everything 24 hours. But you know what? I'd rather let the computer do it. So I'll hit, you see this button down here. It says copy to this schedule. Okay, this is why it's good to label your planes so you don't screw this up. And like I said, whatever method that you're using, whatever works for you, that's great. This is mine. So there's Monday, and then you go use, and then there's my Tuesday. And these sometimes come in perfect order. Sometimes they don't. Don't get too worked up about it. Look for your Tuesday plane. There it is. So Tuesday is 24. Wednesday is 2 days. Thursday is 3 days. Friday, 4. Saturday, 5. Sunday, 6. Now remember, we're doing 7 planes, but remember, you don't see Monday on here. Remember, Monday is my master plane. So Monday is technically the 7th plane. So again, as if the developers knew that a 168 is all the way up to 6, right? With your master plane being copied. Okay. So once you have, now when you get to this screen, guys, slow it down. Okay. Do not rush this window. Okay. Take your time. Make sure you have everything the way I have it lined up. Tuesday, which is your second plane, is 24 hours later. Wednesday would be 48 hours, and so on and so on and so on, all the way to 6. Okay. But once you have everything done here, and then when you hit confirm, you'll get this little window here. And this is why I label the planes the way I do. It's easy for me to read. I've got NPM 1-8 all the way down. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way to Sunday. We're in good shape. So I'll hit validate. Congrats. I'll get this. And then just hit finish. And then it's saying it's going to take off from this date, whatever. Okay, so once I hit OK to that, now, every now and then, the computer messes things up. Or the server messes things up. Always verify your route, right? So I'm going to hit the airplane, my aircraft. I'm actually going to type in NPM 1-8. And look at that. It missed one. How do I know it missed one? Look at my Monday plane. Monday is 100%. Well, duh. I'm the one. I manually did that one. It should be 100%. But look at Tuesday through Sunday. It's 83%. And I'm willing to bet that there's 2 routes, or actually there's 1 route missing. Remember, I was using 6 routes. Let me hit the Tuesday plane just for fun. I already know there's a route missing. And there it is. So here is the easy fix. When this happens, when you bring this up, don't panic. Don't get excited. Okay, just relax. Hit that 100% Monday plane again. Hit schedule. Hit any route, it doesn't matter. And then hit copy this schedule again on the bottom and run the damn thing again. And it's going to be easy to find because they're the ones with 83%. Okay, so just run it again. Tuesday, 24. Wednesday, 2. Thursday, 3. 3. Go back down. Friday is 4. Saturday, 5. And then Sunday, 6. And then hit confirm. Everything looked good. Everything, the numbers, days, everything's in order. Okay, hit validate. Oh, by the way, if you remember, the word you're looking for is confirm and congrats. So every now and then, if you hit a finger off the screen, this happens. Don't worry about it. Just hit confirm again and just try to hit validate. There we go. So it went through. Finish. Okay. And then go back to it and just verify it again. NPM 1-8. And there we go. Everything is in. Looks good. And I'm all right. So now I need to buy me between NPM or my NPM 168 1 and 2, I need to buy about 42 planes. And I probably have enough for 28. But yeah, that's the thing with the professional. It's a little slow. Now, guys, what I just did is that I did a 168 in my professional. But listen, guys, it's the same thing in Tycoon. All right, it's literally the same thing. Nothing's changed. Everything's the same. Um, it's just faster. That's all. Okay. You come over here, aircraft, and you can see my numbering scheme all the way down. Let's see. I was actually working on this, and you can see here. I got a few of them that are 99. 3 waves. This has got 3 waves. CMPM. Well, I'll just show you my hubs. So there are my hubs. And I'm just going back to them because I have to. You see that here? You see the total kilometers says 27. I'm getting close to affiliation, so that means I'm getting close to the point where I've maxed out the total kilometers for the game, which is 30 million. When that happens, you're gonna have to do what's called affiliation, and let's see, fish maybe I might do FIS. But you see affiliate. What this will do is that this will lock the hub, okay, and then I just collect my revenues, which is just shy of $1 billion, and then that I'll get 70% of that, and then the 30% goes to maintenance. I basically do not have to worry about this hub anymore. I just collect my money, but I get I get all the kilometers back that I used in this hub, so I can continue playing, and that's what affiliation is. Yeah. So what I've been doing while I'm waiting for stuff in my professional, because that's kind of slow, I've been kind of cleaning up the hubs, bringing my demands down to 0 as much as I can, because once you've locked it down, that's it. Once you've locked it down, that's it. See, I got some reds too. I got some negatives. Not a lot of them, but I got a few of them. Look at that, Mexico City. That's 800. 800 passengers. That's not acceptable. I can bring that one down a little bit. But look at the distance. So it's 12,000 kilometers. I can't use a 96 300. That one does not have that range. I have to use a 747 200. But I have enough wiggle room in business class. See, the seating arrangement in the 747 is 595. So I need to have 1190 minimum to fill that plane. I don't, but there's some playroom. Let me see, change this to distance. Yeah. I don't have any I actually do have some Airbuses sitting in the hangar. I'm holding on to them only because they're paid off. And let me see, change this to use. And these planes will be used tonight when I'm done with this video. I will put these guys. Oh, there they are. Yeah, they're there on the bottom. So I've got this Airbus 380. It's 1,000% profitable. In other words, I have paid 1,000. I've made 1,000% over the purchase price. So, yeah, that's why I'm keeping it. Otherwise, I really don't need it. I can do without it. But I don't have any routes right now in the leftover demand that would fill this guy up. I just don't. I would probably do maybe a 24-hour route just to fill it up, and do tri-class. That way I can get full utilization out of it and just let it go. Just let it fly. It's already paid for, so it's not a big deal. And I think I only have 2 of them. Let me see, use seats. I don't have a lot of 380s. I stopped using them a long time ago. I think I only have like 150 of them. 180. Let's see. Yeah, see, 200, 198, and then there's 8 of the special color. Yeah, so I just got 200. If you guys are starting off and you're wanting to know what plane to use that's really good, I'm not going to lie to you. If, like when you're first starting, 757 is a good plane to use. Yeah, I know it's old, but it doesn't have other costs, and you can get ancillary revenue out of it. I think and the plane is cheap. The plane is cheap. Remember, you're trying to build revenue, so it's just amazing how many people just try to buy these 380s. It's just like unreal. So that's not a good strategy. But yeah, so that's a 168, guys. And so I'll show you some other stuff with some other. I just want to just walk you through a fresh 168. I know a lot of folks ask about it. It's not that hard. In fact, once you get used to it, use the website though. Try not to think this on your own. Definitely use this website right here, and that's going to definitely help you out. Okay, so the website works really well. Once you've used this, excuse me, don't forget to put these routes here into this bucket right here once you've used them. That way, when you run this again, you don't get the same cities as an option. There's another option, Lima, Peru. Yeah, and so that's basically how that works. And so anyway, guys, I hope it was informative. I'd like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Y'all guys take care. All right, talk to you later, guys. Bye.